Qinghua, for your convenience, you can call me Li. Anyway, I read one time, but this basically I learned from Miss Proctor, and I said I learned with him and I share with you. But I believe this is very important because some people is very we would rather let you run into your mind than the drugstore, right? So I'm going to relearn this with you. So please pay attention. Anyway, I believe when Mr. Bob Proctor did this, is like a Tommy Collier suggested to, of course, try to save people's life and helping people. And I have side notes here. Like I told you guys, I don't have any religions, but I do believe you have to have a good heart. So I changed Mr. Bob Proctor's God to universe as respect. So I'm just start reading. So please pay attention with me. As Miss Proctor said, let it really think into your mind. It's very valuable information. And the subject I being studied was me. As I know me, I know you better. Do you see we all the same? We are the universe's highest form of creation. We have a marvelous mind. We live in a physical body, and we correspond it with material world. We can create all kind of life we want. The only two sources of reference that you have to go find anything about yourself, one is science, and the other is theology. Both clearly indicated that we are truly the highest form of creation on the planet. All the other little creatures on the planet are completely at home in their environment. They blend in. You and I are the only creature on the planet that's totally disoriented in our environment. And that is because we're being given the mental faculties to create our own environment. Unfortunately, not all this information that we are sharing we learn in school. We just don't learn it in school. And if we don't learn at home, odds are pretty good we don't learn it at all. We truly can create the kind of life we want. And many people go right through their life and never understand what I'm going to explain to you. This is without question valuable information. And when I started to learn about the subject, anxiety, that many people suffering from, I came to the conclusion there's no need of a person being in state of anxiety. Now there's all kinds of people taking drugs today to ease this problem that they are experiencing. I'm going to show you that as a person started to understand how their marvelous mind operates, they can eliminate anxiety and replace it with something much more beautiful. You and I have the ability to do that. I'm going to talk you about the mind. See, he used one picture basically as I look at your mind and your paradigm. See, paradigms are ideas that are fixed in our mind and cause to keep operating the same way. And if we don't change the paradigm, nothing changes. So let's look at your mind and your paradigm. You can go to I try to pronounce these words right, but as I told you guys, English is not my first language, but I try, but you know what I mean. Psychiatrist, psychologist, behavioral scientist, and they will give you a lot of information, but you may not understand what they are giving you. There was a doctor back around 1934 in San Antonio, Texas, and he was very involved in the healing arts, and he was very involved in metaphysics, in anything beyond the physical. We treated symptoms all the time. Sorry. We are treating effects. We are not going to cause of the problem. That's remind me because when I was, little, one of my relatives, I call him like kind of a grandpa. He was doctor. And, as a Chinese doctor, they always try to find the cause, the problem. So even maybe everybody cough, but they different reason to cause the coughs. So I remember he always put his hand, on your wrist here, and he'll tell you what's going on. And I remember like every Chinese New Year, my mom and my dad will, took me to see him. Even all those people from, the countryside went to his house to, get medicine. And he was so famous back then. I think he used like 6 times of the medicine that most of them just cure their disease. Anyway, that's just a side thing. I believe like you should find the cause of the problem. Anyway, let me just continue. We always working from higher to lower potential, from the mind to the body. The body is a physical manifestation of the mind. And he made that very, very clear. And he said, one of our greatest problem is no one ever seen the mind. And yet we operated with images in our mind. So when anybody talking about the mind, they don't get a picture. Many people get a picture of the brain when they're talking about the mind, but the brain is not the mind. The brain, as magnificent as it is an electronic switching station. As you think, you activate the brain cells, alter the vibration in your body, or part of your body may be in. Now, anxiety is a vibration, and it is not a very healthy one. It's a very destructive one. So I think as we start to understand some of the laws and understand how the mind works, we are way ahead of the game. I'm going to share with you what a good doctor shared with me many, many years ago, and I have taught this all over the world for a long time. Some of the change that I see taking place in people's mind is mind-boggling. Their lives have been altered like night and day as they start to understand the mind, how it operates. This good doctor is Dr. Thurman Fleet. Anyway, I just try to show you guys like now when I'm learning wherever I think I try to get a little more information, I will get over here, but this is more, for me. And the way, whatever you learn, you have your own way. So you just follow whatever you feel comfortable with. Anyway, the doctor said, no one ever seen the mind, so I'm going to draw a picture of the mind. And he make this drawing. This is the most valuable drawing I ever seen. The large circle is going to represent the mind, and the small circle will be represent the body. I hope I have a picture. Yeah, I have a picture here. See this big one is our mind. Here's the body, right? And we take a mind and we'll divide it in 2 parts. So the top half is conscious mind, the bottom subconscious mind. So now we don't deal with the confusion right with a picture. And he said, conscious mind has the ability to choose. The subconscious mind does not have that ability. And whatever ideas operating in the mind are expressed through the body. So the body is just an instrument of the mind. See, now there's a drawing, and I want to image Oh, imagine like there's a power, flow in. But of course, when they flow our consciousness. This power flows to and through us. It never stops. Remember this, because like I said, I didn't know until recently. I really thinking about this. When the power flows into our consciousness, we call it thought power. If you choose, you can think anything you want. No one can cause you to think something you don't want to think. Remember this, repeat this. No one can cause you think something you don't want to think. So now if anybody drive you crazy, don't let them drive you crazy because you have a power control. And now here, whatever thought you think, turn over to your subconscious mind. But the subconscious mind is programmed. You see here, it's programmed. What we want to do is learn how to control the flow. We want to learn how to control the flow of thought energy. We're really in charge of our results. The results that we get in our life can be altered without any difficulty. So when talking about this energy, of course, he mentioned here if it's a negative, like this tie is a positive. Basically, he said you can think anything you want. You can choose to think what you don't want, or you can choose to think what you want. You can look at what's wrong with life, or you can look at what's right with it. You do have choice. That power, you can build it into anything you choose. Unfortunately, most people stay in the ignorant state. They never really understand themselves. Ignorance is simply not knowing. The opposite side of ignorance, of course, is knowledge. Knowledge is really available to us. No, of course, a lot of people go to seminars, right? They have all those informations, but like I said, some may be valuable, some maybe not. That's why I try to tell you guys, share my information with you. I said it's okay we have all those, shine syndrome objects, but until you find something resonate with you, you need to stop just those jumping around, just focus on this message. That's me. Like I didn't know until now. I resonated with Mr. Bob Proctor's wisdom. And also now I kind of know, no matter what we do, we really deal with the universe. So you really want to win, you have to be in harmony with universe laws, because those laws is not man-made, so no man can change. If you want success, you have to just follow around, be in harmony with that, right? I know. So let me continue to share what he said here. Like I said, he said a lot of, information you want to learn. But like I said, you the one you need to see which ones help you. So yes, whatever you try to do, like you do the seminars or you go to the learn subject, but as long as helping you, you continue. If not, you just stop that, right? And then he mentioned there's a lot of knowledge around about you, about what makes you tick and why you live the way you live. And now we have a choice when we can choose whatever we want. You can choose to think of what's wrong, or you can choose to think what's right. Why would a person choose to worry and doubt? Well, let's back it up. The problem is ignorance. That's really the problem. They don't understand the situation. Doubt and worry are both psychic disease. It plugged into the negative side of life. When this power flows in, you can build anything out of it you want. We worry. Why do we worry? Because there's not, sometimes like there's not even enough money, or the things you choose is not happen like the way you choose. And the same thing, like I said, we have ability to choose anything we want, right? But when you have this doubt and worry, they build a negative idea. Basically, what we're doing is like we take that power to build a negative idea, and we take it and then impress that negative idea upon our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is emotion mind. So you're getting like emotionally involved with this negative idea that set up a vibration called fear. Fear is a negative emotion. The cause of its primary cause is ignorance, but the root cause is worry or doubt. But when the fear is expressed, it must be expressed through the body. So basically, like we build the idea, right? A negative idea, and we impress it, and that set up fear. And when we this express itself in anxiety. People don't enjoy anxiety. It causes a lot of problems. And anxiety is not expressed. Anxiety is suppressed. So what happens when we suppress anxiety? We bottle all the energy up. We turn into depression. That's what happened. So do you see, anxiety is a cause of depression. It is not the primary, it's not the initial cause. The initial cause is ignorance. So from ignorance, then we go to worry and doubt, then to fear, to anxiety. Suppressed anxiety turns into the depression. The depression turns into disease. That is a body that's not at ease. We got uptight. We suppress the negative energy. The body starts breaking down. Disease, and they move into disintegration. That's the picture see show here. It all because ignorance, like we don't know. But now since you know, you have a power to choose how to think. You should know. Let's see. See, let's suppose the person is locked into this side of life. They seem to worry about everything and anything. So they are suffering from anxiety. And then they will suffer from depression. Why? Because they choosing the wrong thought. It's all caused by ignorance. They just don't simply understand. So we're going to eliminate this ignorance with knowledge. And he mentioned, he said, Solomon mentioned, if in everything, in all you're getting understanding. So how do we do that? We get it by moving over into the other side. We want this positive side, right? Understanding is opposite of doubt and worry. But there's only one way to get understand. No other way at all. That means through study. That's what I'm doing. Like, even though English is not my first language, but I'm getting into it as study. So from study, I understand more, right? Anyway, understanding the answer to enormous problem. Not just one problem, many problems. What do we want to understand? See here, this two symbol also represent the law of polarity. Polarity is a law that decreases everything has a positive. Repeat this, everything has a positive. See, there's no up without down, no hot without cold, right? So you see that. But then, everything is negative and positive, but we must understand it's there. Otherwise, we never even look for it, right? So when we understand this law, basically, you should know in your mind now, every time try to find that positive. Anyway, here's a continuous that understanding leads to the opposite side of the fear, which is faith. Faith based on understanding is truly the key to freedom. And he mentioned this is strange thing, both fear and faith demand we believe in something that we cannot see. Think of it for a moment. Fear manifesting anxiety, but what faith manifesting? Well-being. You see, the person is very relaxed and very cool, they're happy, they're healthy. There's something wonderful in their life. And it starts with their own thinking. And he used the example basically from all down through the history. All the great leaders, they have this one common point. They all believe we become what we think about. And then here, he continued talking. Why would a person choosing to stay over that not ignorant side? Because they are ignorant. They don't know. Like some people, they rude and maybe they don't, maybe they don't know. But then he also mentioned being rude and being ignorant are totally two different things. Anyway, he said, everyone is ignorant. No one knows everything. So at the beginning, when I look up the dictionary about these words, I was like, oh, that's not a good word. But then later on, I realized, it's just a meaning we don't understand. We don't know, right? So nobody can know everything. So it's okay. Don't get upset with the words. And also he mentioned all the knowledge there ever was or ever will be is available to us. But we are going to have to study to get it. The beautiful part about this, when you eliminate ignorance and you get understanding, the understanding leads to faith, and faith to lead well-being. Remember, we're talking about anxiety is suppressed, but well-being is expressed. When you express, it turns into acceleration. That's because we are at ease. When we are at ease, we create. See now here, people just break down when they are in disease. But when they are at ease, they get stronger. The body is at ease, then it turns into creation. Then, of course, when you turn into creation, your vibration in perfect harmony with the law of the universe. So, of course, he mentioned this is such phenomenal subject. It is one that anyone can study, and everyone should study. And he does mention, things we have a choice, right? So which side are you going to lock into? You want this negative side or you want this positive side? I believe 99% of us want this, right? And then he mentioned that he suggests you watching this video like 100 times. I know from repetition like speed. This is the second time I'm gonna read. I can, learn, try to understand more. Like it's the same thing now. I study me too. And then if I know me, I know you, right? It's like some about Proctor. And then he also mentioned if you see anybody suffering from anxiety, share this information with them. Of course, you can Google, the Miss about Proctor's we do too. I just like I'm learning from him and I share with you. But then they said rather than run to the drugstore, get them a run to their own marvelous mind. Get them to study something really worthwhile. I hope you guys like this message. I know it's kind of long, but I read the whole thing. Just share. Keep looking. Now you know whatever energy come into. Try to find the positive side because everything is positive, negative, right? Focus on the positive. And when you, of course, you only through the study, when you understand, you can just go totally this side for well-being instead of anxiety, right? Talk to you guys soon.